What are you crying about? Are you sad because transphobes are leaving comments? Because me too.
I've been going to some dark places. I hate it when my mind races. I've got so many.
So first of all, apologies that this week's video is yet again a Tom talks about things kind of video. I've had making an actual substantial video on my to-do list for like 3 weeks now, but every single week something has come up to prevent me from doing it. So I am very sorry about that, but fingers crossed for next week, and I'm definitely going to try to get something a little more content-y at least recorded sometime soon. So with that said, please don't skip today's video because I do have some important things to say that are not only pertinent to recent events, but are also going to dictate my policies on this channel from here on out. So the title of this video, unless I've changed it, which is possible, is Why I Will Delete Your Comments, or something to that effect. And the reason I'm talking about this is because my last video, which was a direct reaction to comments received in the video before that, there were some, let's say, miffed individuals who were unhappy that I had deleted their comments. So I wanted to explain exactly why I did that and why I will continue to do that. Not just for the sake of transparency and clarity, not just for the sake of transparency and clarity, but also because maybe it'll do some good for someone else out there who's trying to figure out what to do with comments like these on their own videos or social media or wherever. So, to give you the whole story, in case you have not been following the madness. So last Friday, I released the second episode of the Trans Life podcast in video form here on my YouTube channel. So that episode was me talking about some more about my transition, and of course I got some transphobic folks popping in to tell me that A, I was sad and deluded, and B, I needed to get therapy ASAP because being trans isn't actually a thing and thinking you're trans is a serious mental condition. So, because I am a human with human type feelings, this of course, didn't feel great to hear or see, I guess, but it was also kind of hilarious. So I decided to both make myself feel better and highlight the silliness of the whole situation by making a pretty sarcastic video thanking those people for informing me of my apparently very serious mental condition. So, at first, most people commenting on the video were you amazing folks in the community, but as the views started to go up, it started to be shown to more people. And a few of them came in with the typical, transphobic abuse, but one of the comments seemed like a genuine inquiry, looking for information, education, something like that. So I broke my policy of not engaging with comments and replied. And sadly, it turned out that this particular person was not, in fact, there to learn more about trans people or to get clarity on things they didn't understand, but instead to share a very long list of transphobic talking points based on questionable data, one of which was the very harmful idea that trans women should be excluded from women's spaces. So I deleted the comments, and in the interest of preventing any further comments along those lines, I switched the video to moderated comments, meaning I would need to approve any and all comments that came through before they could be posted. So the person in question came back with a pretty nasty reply, clearly believing that I had deleted their comments due to not being able to combat them with logic or data, when I had stated from my very first comment that I was not interested in a debate and thus would not be engaging with any comments attempting to draw me into one. But then, why did I delete their comments? Why will I continue to delete comments like that, even if they're not using rude words or outright insulting me. Although, frankly, calling into question the validity of my entire identity is pretty insulting, to be real. So, for a long time now, I have felt like deleting comments that I disagree with is somehow underhanded. Like, I owe it to the spirit of free speech to allow those comments to stay, and then to either reply to them or allow others to reply to them. But I have since then come to a rather different conclusion. And that conclusion is that I don't owe those people a platform for their views. My YouTube page is not the place for anyone to list their grievances against trans people or their thoughts about why being trans is wrong or unnatural, whatever other things they believe. So the great thing about the internet is that there are plenty of places where you can share your views, your own YouTube channel, your own social media, your own website. There's plenty of places for you to share your thoughts. And that means I don't owe you shit. So comments like that hurt me, which is what they're intended to do. And I'm willing to bet that if a young trans person came to my channel looking for comfort and advice and community, and instead found comments like that, it would hurt them too. And that's not okay. I cannot protect trans kids or trans adults or anyone from people like that elsewhere on the internet. But this is one place where I can make damn sure that all they find is love and support and positive messages that accept them for who they are. So yes, I will delete your comments, and I won't feel bad about it. In the past, I've tried to engage with comments like that to try to educate the people coming by who have transphobic views. But all it did was cause me a lot of pain and stress and give people like that another platform. A platform likely to reach the people who most need to be protected. One thing transphobic people love to do is call any trans person a trans activist, because maybe that helps them feel better about treating us like shit if we are activists rather than just, trans people who want to live our lives. And the fact of the matter is, I'm not an activist, though I respect the hell out of those who are. But I'm not an activist. I am just a trans person who wants to be happy and live my life and maybe provide a little bit of relief and comfort to other people along the way. And that means it is absolutely not my job to prove or disprove anything about who I am. It's not my job to read every scientific study out there about being trans and compile a careful list of data points supporting the case that being trans is natural and real and not a social contagion. Because guess what? Even if I did, people who disagree with me would find a way to refute it anyway, because that's what humans do. When we're confronted with evidence that conflicts with our deeply held views, the vast majority of us dig our heels in deeper and find some way to explain or ignore that evidence. So yeah, it's not my job to defend why I'm trans or why I think being trans is a completely fine thing to be. So yes, in conclusion, I don't owe you a platform for your views about trans people. I don't owe you answers to the questions you are just asking. I don't owe you anything. And to the trans kids and teens and adults who came here looking for comfort and community, I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure this is a safe place for you to be. I will also say that if a transphobic comment slips past me and ends up getting posted, please feel free to ignore it completely and notify me privately, and I will delete it as soon as humanly possible. Don't engage with these people. Don't try to counter their points. Just let me know and I will remove their comments, because we are here to talk about fun queer stuff, not to argue with bigots about why they hate us. Thank you.